War, conflict, the sound of conch shells filling the air, the sight of two vast armies standing face to face moments away from battle. But in the midst of all this, one man, Arjun, stands frozen. A warrior who has fought countless battles, now unable to lift his bow. And at that moment, something happens that still holds meaning for us today, thousands of years later. You see, chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita is not just about an ancient war, it is about something far more universal. It is about paralysis. That moment when we find ourselves at the edge of a decision, knowing what must be done, yet unable to act. Arjun, the greatest warrior of his time, the man chosen to restore righteousness, suddenly feels powerless. He looks at the faces on the other side, his teachers, his cousins, his friends, and he collapses. How can I fight my own people? How can victory be worth this? He drops his bow, his body trembles, and he says, Krishna, I will not fight. Now step out of the battlefield for a second into our modern lives. How often do you find yourself in this exact situation? We are faced with a tough decision. Maybe it's standing up for what's right. Maybe it's leaving a toxic relationship. Maybe it's finally chasing the dream we have put off for years. And yet, we freeze. We hesitate. We tell ourselves, I can't do this. The cost is too high. The consequences are too painful. That's where chapter 1 of Gita speaks directly to us. Arjun's paralysis is our paralysis. His doubts are our doubts. His fears are our fears. And here's the most interesting part. Krishna doesn't immediately give him a solution. He doesn't say, just do it. He doesn't say, be strong. Instead, he lets Arjun speak. He lets him express his pain, his confusion, his moral struggles. And this is the first great lesson of chapter 1. Before we can overcome doubt, we must first understand it. In today's world, we are taught to avoid discomfort. The moment anxiety strikes, we distract ourselves scrolling through social media, binging shows, drowning out the thought. But Krishna shows us another way. Sit with your doubt, confront them, let them unfold. Only then you can truly understand the battle you are facing. Arjun's struggles also mirrors another modern dilemma, the conflict between duty and emotion. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where doing the right thing felt wrong? Maybe it's telling a friend a painful truth. Maybe it's standing against your own family for something unjust. That's exactly where Arjun stands. His duty as a warrior is to fight, but his heart tells him otherwise. And this is where Krishna's silence in chapter 1 is profound. He lets Arjun wrestle with this inner war, because sometimes before we can receive wisdom, we must first break down completely. We must first admit, I don't know what to do. And if you have ever had a moment in life where you felt completely lost, then you already know you are not alone. Even the greatest warrior felt like this. And that's bring us to the third great insight of chapter 1. Not every battle is fought on the outside. Some of the greatest wars are the one inside our own mind. Look around today. We live in a time of incredible external battles, political conflicts, global crises, societal divisions. But at the heart of it, what stops humanity from progressing is not always the external fights. It is the internal hesitation, the fear of confronting the truth, the discomfort of difficult decisions, the paralysis in the face of what must be done. So, what does chapter 1 teaches us? It teaches us that confusion is necessary. First step to clarity. That doubt, when examined, leads to wisdom. And that sometimes before we can be ready to answer, we must first allow ourselves to ask the hard questions. That's where Krishna leaves Arjun at the end of chapter 1. Not with solution, not with a motivational speech, but with silence, with a space, with a moment to absorb his own confusion. And maybe that's what we need to do. So the next time you faced a moment of hesitation, of fear, of external paralysis, remember Arjun. Remember that even the strongest can feel weak. And remember that the path of wisdom begins not with clarity, but with honest doubt. Because chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita is not about war, it is about you. It's about all of us, and the battle has just begun.